All right, so here's kind of a different kind of bench press video, and what it is a bench press video devoted specifically to practicing setting up. And I'm just showing you how I set up. I'm trying to build a routine of setting up for a competition style pause bench. There's got to be a lot of practice in this because you have to practice the motor pattern of setting up, and you can see how I kind of bridge on the bench. I put my feet down, arch my back, pin my shoulder blades together, and I'm finding this is a very effective way for me to bench the most amount of weight for my meet. So I'm just practicing the setup, and I'm actually just keeping these setup clips close together just so I can see that I'm consistent, because a lot with powerlifting or any kind of weightlifting or just lifting weights in general, the more consistent you are, the more weight you're going to be able to move. And that's essentially what you're trying to do. That's like the biggest part of the practice. So I decided not to go too heavy. I can't go too heavy because I don't want to beat myself up, because it takes me a while to recover. So it's 225. Just doing maybe a single or a double, getting that pause, and just making sure I have a good arch, I have a good activation of my glutes, my heels are planted on the ground, and I'm tightening my core as hard as I can. And again, it's sort of interesting because as simple as it may sound, it's actually quite hard to do this a bunch of times. It's very fatiguing. I feel like almost a good percentage of the mental fatigue has to do with just holding myself up there. So here's 225. So I do 225 for another set of reps, or yeah, that's another set of reps here. Just pausing and holding. Actually, I'm not even doing reps anymore because I'm tired. And all I'm doing is I'm just setting up. I'm practicing my setup, trying to build that ritual, sort of like a golf swing. I want to make the perfect golf swing, and in this case, the perfect lift. And that's kind of what you're seeing here. I set up a bunch of times, and then I think what I actually end up building up to is I build up to 315, which is going to be coming up here in just a moment. And as I watch myself, it's cool. It's good to know that I'm very consistent. I'm being consistent with my setup. So there's some stuff here I can edit out, but I'll just leave it here. This is essentially my workout journal, and I appreciate if you're still watching to learn some stuff. And what I'm trying to measure is just seeing how light the weight feels when I actually unrack the weight. Obviously, the conditions aren't the same because someone will help me rack the weight off, which will make a big difference. But here's 315. And each time I unrack the weight, all I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make it so that the weight feels light. And the only way I'm going to be able to do that is if I set myself up properly. And just, I always have this ritual of touching the bar with my head, my forehead. It's sort of my thing. And then the newest thing that I added was arching my back on the bench. Holding it there for 2 or 3 seconds. Activating my glutes, keeping an arch, tightening my abs, planting my feet. I know that after my powerlifting meet, I'm not going to be benching like this as much, the competition style. I'm just going to be focused on just regular, more standardized benching just to build strength, because this competition benching is so technical. Like, you're really trying to essentially perfect your routine when you get ready to lift. That way you're precise with your movements, and that's essentially what you need when you're trying to lift weights, when you're trying to do powerlifting, because you get 1 repetition or 3 attempts of 1 repetition, and then you go with that, you get the highest total. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hope you learned something from this video, and please subscribe.